Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Propagandacast Shadowverse episode with me, your host, Imperial Dane, bringing you only the finest and most filthy decks at the same time. Today's deck, Aggro Sword. I already know some of you can be booing and hissing. Some people really hate Swordcraft. They always will. Rationally so. And of course, some just hate aggro decks. Of course, this is for them some of the worst stuff. Aggro Sword, but still, Aggro Sword definitely, I think, has a role. It's sort of one of the decks that sort of really punish some of the more removal heavy decks and otherwise just greedy decks in general, and so you can't really get around it. And this version overall doesn't run necessarily as much burst, but it can send burst out thanks to Sky Commander Celia, who's just obviously one of the core Swordcraft decks in the I would say current meta, and I think just one of the best legendaries so far ever designed for Swordcraft, so there's no real way of getting around it. He's just effective no matter what deck you put into it. He's just cool. But I also got a lot of cards like, the ambush cards like Kunoichi Trainee, Master Kunoichi or Kunoichi Master, which are all just good. Sneaks around AoEs. Well, not AoEs, but removals. AoEs on the end are pretty good versus them. Innocent Princess Prim, who's sort of its ambush, but can also be used in a laid on for an enhance to just make her tough and set up with a non-give, which can maybe just give you an edge. You got some Vagabond Frogs, also very good ambush follower, and will actually soon be rotating out. I think they want you to replace him with Frontline Rampart, which works a bit differently, a bit more token oriented actually, but basically in many ways otherwise works like Vagabond Frog. Some Angelic Knights about Cather there for buffs and whatnot, but also for creating synergies with mates who can sort of help deal with Swordcraft's issues without clearing out obstacles if you pull her. You only got two because more and you just got emphasizing too many there. So, always in many ways a standard aggro deck, also reasonably cheap, with the exception of Sky Commander Celia, but effective I think overall. So let's give it a go and see how it works out, shall we? And we're up against Dragon, which I have been encountering an incredibly large amount of today, by the way. This is probably my 6th Dragon deck in 10 matchups. Most of the matches have just been Dragon, and they're pretty much just all ramp Dragon. Keeping up the pressure here, got one down, one feet. You can buff with Angelic Knight. Moves. Interesting. Back to Kunoichis for the next turn. Split them up here so we don't make this too tempting a target. If you decide to kill this anyways, this is going to stick. And he pulls that one, that's going to stick. Plus that means Kunoichi Training is less likely to get, nuked. Which is good. For the trainees. Down to 13. Lots of ramping there. Lots and lots of ramping. Kunoichi Master, splendid. I'm going to evolve this in case he has another AoE in hand. That would be quite distressing for very obvious reasons. I could try and stick around, but the problem is if he has another one again, they like to have a ton, because they all do. I'm going to at least try and keep one alive. Yup. As you saw there, had I just, kept that in hand, I would have been very dead. And Sky Commander Celia makes this a lethal. GG. Going first versus Portal. I really want a 1-drop. And of course I don't get one. Oh. Thank the heavens I did. And we got round the table assembly there for possible Forza 6 damage burst, which is good. We're getting other 2-drop now. I prefer not playing Celia, in particular my only animated Celia. But, oh well. Just keeping out the pressure here. Vagabond Frog in turn 4 is going to be pretty strong. So there we go, we got 3 2/2s on the board. Now that's going to make it hard for him just to clear the board. Even with the substitution, he can't clear the entire thing. Meaning there's going to be at least 1 2/2 on board. And if he doesn't have that, I'm going to be at least able to do 4 damage next turn. In this case, we're down to 2 damage, but even that's pretty good. Even that is pretty good. Down to 13. Mechwing Swordsman. But interesting enough, no solution for him. He's now drawing one, which is neat, I guess, for him, but the problem is it doesn't help him now, and it's right now he needs it. It's right now he needs it. I think we just go round table assembly here. Roll the Vagabond Frog. And then we hit for 7, pushing him down to 6 damage, meaning in 2 turns, Vagabond Frog kills him, or if I just pull anything else, probably kill him as well. Puppets. Now that's a bit of a problem, but not the end of the world. Oh, apparently it was the end of the world for him. And over gets Portal again. Guess I'll keep this hand, but at least as long as it's not a dragon. Good god, I've had more ramp dragons than I care for it to have encountered in my entire lifetime. Because I've never personally been a big fan of ramp dragon, and just encountering one with lots of AoE is just frustrating. Particularly when you do it repeatedly. But again, it seems to be related to some of these lists they put up for the Grand Prix. So we got 2 Princess Julits, meaning if I pull round table assembly, I'm going to be a bit sad since that's just going to be useless and at least not very good. So we're dealing with Puppet Portal. I'm guessing that's going to be another Grand Prix list. Another Grand Prix list. I'm gonna say C if possible for an AoE burst and so not AoE burst, but Storm Burst. And it's obviously going to be, you know, where she's most used in conjunction with Kunoichi Master. She's going to be pretty good. Puppet Portal. They tend not to, I believe, have any wards. Like they're very much reliant on the puppets doing the whole clearing stuff thing. And so are a bit vulnerable to aggro decks. Just a bit. No idea what he's up to. I'm just gonna hit for another 3 damage. The next turn I can evolve Princess Juliet for another 4, pushing down to 11. Then Kunoichi Machi we can set up for turn 5, and then we sort of hit for 7 on turn 6. Before finally finishing off the Vasilia for another 6, which is 12, so I should pretty much have lethal by then unless something goes very wrong, or suddenly he begins pulling out a lot of wards, which would be highly unusual. Substitution, not a problem, as that's not a ward. That's gone. Striking for 4. At this stage again I've more or less won already. I mean, the only thing again that's the issue is wards, and Puppet Portal generally doesn't run. I mean, mid-range Portal is now actually beginning to run wards, in part because of the aggro decks which are targeted. It sort of helps, though they still don't have a lot of wards. They can't do it very consistently. It's not Puppet? So why is he doing that? Is it some kind of hybrid deck? That certainly throws things off a bit if it's a hybrid deck. Curious. And gone. And we got a Vagabond Frog as well if it becomes necessary. Roll and set up. That's 7 damage, meaning in theory we've just got another Princess Juliet. That'd be a win situation. Actually, if he's got Puppeteer strings, that would actually throw me off. I probably should have rolled that one instead to counter. Yep. I messed up there, actually. I messed up. I only realised that now. I didn't play around Puppeteer strings. Again, I've just been talking, hey, this is Puppet. Puppet, Puppet, Puppet. Like, don't they, you know, run AoE spells? Yes, they do, Dane. Yes, they do. Ah, well, saved by the top deck. Really shouldn't have been, but in this case, I got saved from my own ineptitude. And down he goes. And there we go. That was Aggro Sword. Able to deal with the occasional ramp dragon. Again, personally, I've been seeing a lot of them today. Like, I don't know why. Again, my suspicion is this Prescended suddenly saw a lot of ramp dragon out of nowhere. But also, again, Portal tends to struggle with Aggro Sword because it doesn't run as many wards. And again, on this Puppet, it doesn't run as many AoEs either. So in that regard, you know, like, you can usually sort of, you know, run them down quite fast. And if there's one thing Aggro Sword is good at, it's running down decks that aren't prepared for it at all. It's not the most played sword deck, though. There's obviously the next played maybe because, well, it's mid-range or it's aggro. There's a bit of, you know, cannon support there, sword going on at the moment, but primarily it's mid-range sword followed by Aggro Sword. In that regard, Aggro Sword is definitely the cheaper of the two decks at the moment, not really running nearly as many legendaries. Well, there's also Propagandacast there, but that one can be replaced if you want to with something else, though again, she does have some synergies. For example, Kunoichi Master on turn 6 can allow you to get a much bigger burst out of Kunoichi Master, to be honest, which you don't think should be taken lightly either. But overall, again, fast, flexible, and with some utility. You can also just sub out other cards you want to. Again, Batcaster could be theoretically replaced with some other buffer. Merchant Tet, maybe replace Innocent Princess Prim with something else as well. I mean, yeah, you can easily just sort of fit around. There's like numerous variants on Aggro Sword. To be honest, this is just one out of many. Like the core cards that tend to be Vagabond Frog, Kunoichi Master, Roundtable Assembly, Princess Juliet, Sky Commander Celia, and use the one-drop package alongside Kunoichi Trainee, Bladed Hedgehog. I mean, most of the core cards are pretty cheap. Like, it's sort of more like Batcaster, Macy, and such like that. They're sort of more extraneous and, you know, can easily be replaced. So hopefully you enjoyed this deck. Hopefully it gives you another tool in your toolbox to which to climb the ladders and head your way towards Masters, or even Grandmasters, that's where we're aiming. This is Imperial signing off. You're back in another 2 days' time after the patch is out, in which case we'll be seeing what happens there. Apparently Corpse Lord of Woe is getting buffed alongside Troth's Curse, which would be quite interesting. So thank you all for joining in, and see you all in another 2 days' time. Cheers!